Guys, I cannot believe this right now. That is a Prius, a jacked up Prius in front of us. I have so many questions. I have so many questions right now. Only in Japan. Only in Japan would someone jack up a Prius.
It's got the over fenders and everything.
I'm so confused by it. It makes no sense. Well, welcome to today's video, guys. The S15 is back, and I'm gonna show you the coolest thing about this. Oh, baby. I hope you can hear it. Any moment now. Yeah, remote engine start. Yee yee. Oh, I'm so hyped. So good to have a Viper on one of my cars again. Oh man, Ruse's parents did an amazing job. Let's get to the shop and then pull this whole thing apart. Some gate for the boys. We've arrived back at the shop. I got the Skyline running because we got to move that back where it belongs to get the Silvia in here to put it up on jack stands. But I thought you guys might enjoy the sound of the RB. So it's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while. Oh man. We may have just sprayed the wall a little bit here. Oh, it's all over my engine stand now too. All that condensation. All right, let's move this thing. Taking a quick moment to tell you about today's video sponsor, which is Lucky Labo. And if you don't know who Lucky Labo is, they are an online boutique and they are dedicated to selling Silvia and Skyline parts. But not only parts, but also really cool JDM accessories, just like these air fresheners. These are the Ekosha air fresheners and they smell like squash. They're kind of like the tin can ones. They are a genuine Japanese brand end product. I'm pretty sure these are the only guys that actually have stock and sell them in the USA. Let me quickly open one up so you guys can experience it. So ASMR air freshener time. Ooh, that was very satisfying. Oh my gosh, that smells amazing. It smells like Japan and Bosozoku. So head to luckylabo.com and grab yourself one of the Ekosha air fresheners. I really recommend them, and if you don't know about this particular squash scent, then I guess you've been living under a rock if you're in the JDM scene, because this is literally like the famous scent that everyone had in the 90s in their cars. In fact, I'm pretty sure that in certain scenes of Initial D, you saw this very same can somewhere in the car. So, once again, head to luckylabo.com. Thank you, Lucky Labo, for sponsoring this video. Support the companies that support SAMMIT, and let's get back to the video. So today's game plan is to pull apart the S15. We've got to take that whole hot side off again, disassemble it, take it to Yashio factory to get welded. That's going to happen tomorrow. Today, my goal is to just completely pull apart the hot side on this thing. So we're going to get this thing up on jack stands. We're going to do the usual kind of, get this thing fixed and sorted out so that we can essentially have everything set up as it should for the drift event. What the hell? Okay, we need to put another bolt in that. That looks like that came out. That's pretty common for these air filters. The bolt comes out. I should clean that foam too. It hasn't been cleaned since I put it in there last year. But yeah, otherwise, there's a big crack in the manifold. I'll show it to you when we get it off. You can't see it because it's on like the inside of where the merge collector is. But I know I said I wanted to go to the new hot side and we were going to smash all of that out. But with how soon the competition is, literally in like 2 weeks, and just where the car is set up right now and the last practice day I did, I'm very comfortable with how it is now. So we don't want to mess around with that too much. Like when we go to the new hot side, new link ECU, new injectors, like essentially it's going to have all these different parts on there, and the car's going to feel, while it may feel better, and I know it's going to feel better and way more responsive, there's going to be kinks and teething issues that we're going to have to sort out. And that is just not going to fly when I have a competition 2 weeks away. So what we're going to do is fix this, get this running the best that it can with its current setup, compete, and then right after competing, pull it all apart. I mean this when I say this time. This is the last time I'm taking this manifold off to weld it. After that, the next time I take it off, we are never using it ever again. So, let's get started. So I've got the car jacked up on jack stands, and I was just removing the wheels because it makes it easier for like sliding under on the sides and whatnot. Now this side, I thought the tire had a puncture in it because it had been like losing air slowly and gradually, but I just made like the worst discovery ever. These are Advan Yokohama RS wheels, and that, my friends, is a cracked wheel. So now it looks like, because of the camber that I have and stuff, like we've hit something, probably like a pothole or something, and it's caused this. It's just frustrating because, you know, like you spend a lot of money, like these are not cheap wheels, and for this to happen, and like there's a tiny little nick there, right, that could have caused the crack to start, but then like you look over here and there's a huge gash there and not a single crack started. So just right moment, right frequency or something, I don't know. Anyways, the crack goes all the way down here. It hasn't gone into like this part of the barrel at all yet. It's like here, so hopefully we can drill and weld it and get it fixed. But that's a big bummer, and yeah, I'm kind of, yeah. It is what it is, boys. We're gonna make the best of it, and I'm just glad we discovered this now and I didn't just keep driving on it. So we'll get that tire removed in a little bit and we'll have a look what that looks like. Actually, yeah, I can use the tire machine now. Let's do that. I've been slowly like getting parts and tools for the tire machine. Like there's a few like little fittings over there that were broken. There's another fitting down here that's broken for the air jets that like help you get a tire on a bead. And I got like the little valve screwdrivers. I got the lard, like, you know, like the grease that you put on your beads to make them pop on and stuff. So there it is, the crack there. It's pretty bad. So hopefully it can be fixed. I'm gonna clean that with some parts cleaner, just see how deep it goes, but man, I'm so devastated. I've never had a wheel crack on me before. So enough crying over my cracky boy wheel. Time to get this hot side off. Okay, so it should be time to pull this turbo out. Oh boy. Snake this oil drain line out. Okay. I hope this will be the last time we pull this turbo off. It's a nice turbo. It's pretty decent. I know this actually will sell for a lot of money because a lot of people want these old HKS GT1 turbos. They sound the coolest, in my opinion. And this one's in good condition, so we're definitely going to be keeping this to use at some other point in the future. Maybe we'll get another S15. Now it is time to extract the beast from this thing because, oh man, whew, that was heavy. Oh yeah, oh boy. Oh my gosh. This is way worse than I thought it was actually. This thing is cracked everywhere. It's cracked around the T2 flange, it's cracked down here in the gooch. It's cracked on all these brackets that are supporting this. Like, it is so bad. It's so bad that I even started looking up on Yahoo Auctions to see if there are any of these around for sale. It's so frustrating just how much this thing is cracked. And like, I mean, HKS sold tons of these, and every single one of them I found on Yahoo Auction is cracked. So, I mean, it explains why HKS moved to a cast design one over these, but when you go to the cast ones, you lose a bunch of torque and the spooling time's different and laggier. This design with the equal runners was pretty much, that's the reason why like they used this, was because it's just such a really good design for mid-range torque and stuff like that, and how quickly the turbo was able to spool. So, I hope we'll be able to save this. So I have accomplished everything that I sought out to do today. We got the whole hot side off the S15. And this thing is way more cracked than I thought. I thought there was just one or two kind of cracks that needed to be welded, but it's way worse. I know I tried showing you guys before, but all around this T2 flange are cracks appearing again that need to be welded. There are cracks on this stay here. There are cracks right through here as well. And then there are, this is going to be the hard ones to weld, in the gooch here. I don't know what other preferred name it is. In here is a big crack in this section, and it's probably easier if I flip it around this side. On this side there's another section here on the gooch, all cracked in here, all the way through there. So yeah, I mean, this is a very, very common issue, and the biggest issue with this particular exhaust manifold that came with this HKS turbo kit. Every single one I've looked up to try and buy another second-hand one, because HKS don't make these anymore for good reason. These kept cracking and having problems, so they went to cast option. But like I said, they all are cracked. Every single one I found on Yahoo Auctions, cracked, tried to be repaired, bunch of welding and all that kind of stuff on them. I think it's a combination of just like, this wastegate's very heavy, and this manifold, like, it's just not really thick-walled material, stainless. It's very, very thin. I think it's like probably 2 millimeter thin. It may be 3, but it's like right there on like 3. It's definitely very thin. SRs vibrate a lot. And then when you've got clutch kicks and all that kind of stuff, the weight of the exhaust, and now I have every bracket on my exhaust that I should, so it shouldn't be an issue. But with the weight of that and the engine movement and all that kind of stuff, they just crack. I'm hoping we can get this repaired and it'll last us to the end of the competition before we rip everything off again and go to a proper 4 millimeter thick steam pipe exhaust manifold that will never crack. I'm excited about that. But what's actually interesting is this HKS turbo kit is very, very sought after. It makes a very unique sound in the late 90s and early 2000s that a lot of people want, because that's how they remember the SR. Despite the manifold and how crappy the quality is, people will just keep welding them over and over and over again and keep using them because it makes a very unique sound. Whether that's the particular wastegate that's unique or the equal runner headers, like with this particular manifold design, I don't know. But everyone wants this here in Japan, especially the SR purists, including actually Casey from Shirts Tucked In, the guy that runs Shirts Tucked In. I'm actually just going to ship this manifold to him for free once I'm done with it after the competition, because he has the exact same turbo kit. He loves the sound and wants to keep it, that sound. And his T2 flange completely snapped off the manifold. So he wants a spare, and he's going to have a couple ones that he's just going to alternate between and keep welding, I guess, because that sound is so unique that he wants to keep putting up with it. I mean, good on him, right? Anyways, I think the only thing I'm going to keep from this turbo kit is the wastegate and the turbo when we rip that all off. But worst case scenario is I know my new manifold does arrive early next week, so if we can't save that, then we're changing to the G25 and Link ECU and just going to wing it. Am I going to be confident in it for the competition? No, but that's a risk we're going to have to take. We obviously got to compete no matter what. I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit disappointed, and I'm sure you can tell in my voice, like I'm kind of bummed about all the crackage from today. My Yokohama Advan RS2 wheel and that manifold just way more cracked than I could have anticipated. And it's frustrating, but this is cars, this is high performance things, and you know, when you start modifying stuff like that and making, I guess, aftermarket parts, these are just things that sometimes you can't test, you know? So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna head home, I'm exhausted. But we got everything we needed to get done today. I'm gonna load everything in the car that I need to take to Yashio factory, and hopefully Okachan has some time tomorrow. I know he's flat out with a whole bunch of stuff with customers, so hopefully he has time tomorrow and I can pop in and we can get that manifold welded up. And maybe my wheel as well, but who knows, man? Who knows? It's an off day for me. We lost a lot on the Silvia today. On the plus side though, I'm so glad I picked up this little, this is the model number here if you guys wanna get one. So Tone is how we pronounce this. I know it's tone, but in Japanese it's Tone. But this thing is incredible. It's rated for like 700 Newton meters of torque, which is mind blowing to me. And this thing is strong as, like, it twists my wrists when I trigger it. Like it's torquey as. Love it. So good. Anyways, enough chit chat. Let's pack up, get everything in the car and head home. Back home now, guys, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. A little bit shorter than usual, but just with everything that's been going on, this is pretty much the only time I've been able to pick up the camera and do something on my cars and work on them. The next video that's coming out on the channel is probably going to be a big banger. All I'm going to say is look at my Insta story and Twitter feeds if you want snippets and updates of what's happening behind the scenes. But the Chaser is going on a journey, and it's going to be good. So anyways, guys, smash that like button, write us a comment, and subscribe. Go pick yourself up some SAMMIT merch, sammit.net. Link is down in the description, and I will see you all in the next upload. Peace out, guys. Ciao, mata.